morning. Welcome to this November 19th edition of the E3 Weekly Market Report. I'm Pat McClatchy. Exports just coming out. We'll cover those right now. Then we'll talk about the market and some other things. Looking first at cotton. This number coming out, it's a pretty big number, 194,400. That's up 52% from the previous week and up 74% from the four-week average. Turkey took 55,200. Thailand took 32,200. Vietnam took 29,100. Small sales for 2016-17. And looking at the reaction of the market, cotton was up in March, up 16 just before this report. Right now, cotton has not changed in the March. March is still up about 14 to 15 at the moment, so no reaction. Let's go to soybeans. Soybeans, we've got net sales, another big number, 1,797,600 metric tons. That's up 39% from the previous week and up 23% over the four-week average. China took 1,644,400 metric tons. The Netherlands took 90,400 metric tons. Spain took 72,700 metric tons. We do have a cancellation of 352,100 from unknown destinations. Very small sales for next year. Looking at the reaction, soybeans were down 3 3/4 just before this report came out. Right now, soybeans have firmed back up. They're unchanged. So a positive reaction there. Let's go to corn. Corn, a good number here, 779,800 metric tons. That's a marketing year high. That's up 26% from the previous week and up 46% over the four-week average. Mexico took 233,500. Japan took 184,500. And then unknown destinations took 178,700 metric tons. And that's really what we've got there. Corn, just before this report came out, corn was up 1.50 cents, and right now corn is up 2. So it's firmed up slightly from the report. Wheat, 721,900, also a good number there. That's up noticeably from the previous week and from the four-week average. And we have Thailand taking 108,000 metric tons, Nigeria taking 103,100 metric tons, and Taiwan taking 92,000 metric tons. Looking to see anything else coming out on that. Wheat reaction. Wheat was up 1 just before this report. Now the wheat market is up 4. So a very positive reaction from the wheat market there. So that's really it, what the report showed and what the reaction is. We'll go over it again in just a minute to see if it's changed. Let's look at first of the week. We came out with crop progress. It showed that cotton in the U.S. was harvested at 64%. The average this time of the year is 74%, so we are behind schedule there. Texas specifically, Texas was 56% harvested. The average in Texas this time of the year is 65%. There has been some concern about the weather, the late crop, and the slowing down of harvest here. Soybeans, the harvest is complete. Corn, the harvest is at 96%. The average this time of the year is 94%. And winter wheat, 52% good to excellent. The crop is 94% planted. That's pretty close to the average. And it's 87% emerged, which is right on target. What's happened over the last week or two? Let's look. March cotton has seen a high of 63.55 and a low of 61.56 for a range of pretty close to 200 points. Right now, March cotton is trading at 63.06, still within that range. Looking at expectations for that market based on what analysts have been saying, expectations for March cotton finding support down in the 61 cent to 62 cent level to the downside, and to the upside finding resistance up in the level of 64 to 65 cents. and this market has been a trading range for months. The forecast is for that to continue for now, possibly later, even into the spring and early summer is when they're saying we could start seeing a rally that could see the market moving back towards 70. Recommendations for those people who have sold their crop, consider buying back the crop if the market does get down toward those lower levels. January soybeans, the recent range of price, a high of 872, a low of 850 for about a 22-cent range. Right now, the January soybeans are trading at 856. So we're on the lower end of the range there, 6 cents from the low. Expectations are support down around 840 to 850, resistance up toward 880 to 890. Recommendations we're hearing from analysts, look to buy back the crop for those that have sold it on dips back down toward that support of 840 to 850. December corn, the recent range there is a high of 364 and a quarter and a low of 356 for about an 8 1/4 cent range. Right now, December corn is trading at 363 and a half, so it is actually closer to its high of the last week to week and a half. Recommendations there, look also, if for those people who have sold their crop, look at the possibility of buying it back as we reach those low levels down toward 340 to 350. December wheat, recent range of a high of $5 and a low of 481 and a quarter for a range of 18 and a quarter cents. Right now the wheat's at 487 and a quarter, so we are somewhat within that range right now of what we've seen. Recommendations, as the others, if you sold your crop this last year, there's some possibilities to buy it on pullbacks down toward 470 to 475 for the December wheat. I want to read you, and we've done this before, from Plexus newsletter. I think they have a great summary, and this actually came out last week. It's very much appropriate for the market right now. Let me read it for you. We go down to their summary toward the end of the report, and it is, so where do we go from here? From a technical point of view, the market is still mired in a sideways trend with little or no momentum. However, the March contract has been forming a triangle with descending highs dating back to late July and ascending lows dating back to late September. At the moment, the lower boundary of the triangle is just below 62 cents, while the upper boundary sits at around 63.75. Any break above or below these levels should prompt specs back into action. A breach of the downside seems to be the more likely scenario. From a fundamental point of view, the USDA statistics currently paint a bullish picture, but most traders feel that the numbers don't reflect the true state of affairs, especially in regards to consumption. Unless demand shows up soon, we feel that the market will start to drift towards the low end of the long-term range, which is 60 cents. However, given the large trade short position, we should see plenty of support on dips, be it from fixations or the sales of basis long positions, which is why we don't feel the market will generate enough momentum to break below its long-term trading range. So that's it. Let's look once again at the markets. The cotton market right now is up 14. It has not changed since the report came out, slightly lower than it was before the report came out. We have soybeans at the moment down a penny and 3/4. Before the report, they were down 3 3/4. The corn is right now in December up a penny and 3/4, and it was trading up a penny and a half, so it's slightly higher since the report came out. And we've got wheat up 3 3/4. That market was up a penny, so the wheat market has reacted in a very positive way. That's really it for the day. Thanks for joining us for the E3 Weekly Market Report. We hope you have a good day, and we'll see you later for our afternoon report. Thank you.